San Fran got a heck of a roster, and San Fran, uh, they got a lot of stuff on their mind, and it's bad intentions, you know. So San Fran style is a
Yeah.
little bit. When I look at San Fran, I think of our defense in 2005. When I look at their defense, just straight bullies, just
Wow.
straight bullies. So when you're a game away from going to the Super Bowl, and the only reason why you didn't make it because your starting quarterback tore his elbow, it's a reason why. Then your starting quarterback I think he's 7-0 since he's been a starter so far.
Mm.
Brock Purdy, he's 7-0. So when you just look at it statistically, when you look at the genius of Kyle Shanahan, when you look at the roster on that defensive side, and what I mean on that defensive side is, you got a general manager who once played in the Hall of Fame safety,
Yep.
and his style was very violent. So when he's drafting, guess what kind of guys he's drafting? He's drafting very violent guys, whether they're on the offensive side or defensive side, but especially on the defensive side, Mark. So we can't forget San Fran was one game away. So that means we have a few things we need to work on. You couldn't pick a better team to play, so say, than San Fran that first game, but San Fran just let you know where you was at. Coming back to the Cleveland Browns, Mark, like I say, it's that divisional game, bro. And
Yeah.
you you
Yeah.
you, you want to take care, and we call that home. We call division home. You want to take care of home first.
It was a litmus test game in week one, Ike, and I thought last year's blowout losses against the Eagles and Bills was behind the Steelers group. But I want to put it to you very simply about how highly I think of the 49ers. It'd be very simple, Ike. What other team could miss on a first-round draft pick at the quarterback position and not miss a beat? In all seriousness, and that's what Brock Purdy's been able to do. If Brock Purdy is like a B minus at quarterbacks, every single position group, it's just like, oh, that guy's a dog. That guy's an all-pro player. That guy's a Pro Bowl player. I don't know if there's any other team that could say, we are going to miss on our first-round quarterback in Trey Lance, and I know injuries contribute to that, and not miss a beat.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know if there's another team. I don't
you
think there is.
you got to understand too, Mark. When your head coach is a former, when he's been around football all his life, Kyle with his dad, um, Mike, when you got a GM, Hall of Fame GM, what you get in those two dudes is honesty. So they ain't got time to be BSing each other and BSing the team. So they understand and they see what that locker room look like. So when it's how hard it is to be like, I missed on this one. Like when you're honest like that out in the public with General Manager John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan was like, look, we missed on this one.
They
First
traded
round,
up to get him, didn't they?
and they missed. They traded up two spots. They I think a first and a third. But that ain't the point. The point that you can say I missed on this one. There's not too many GMs and coaches because GMs and coaches want to be right all the time. They came out publicly and was like, "Yeah, we missed on this. We found one late, but we missed. We missed on which trade the best, but we missed on them. Man, you know how hard that is. You know how much of a man you have to be, letting your ego and your pride aside and say publicly, we wish the best for Trey, but we missed on this one because at that level, everybody wants to be right, and they will force the issue to make themselves look right, and that will hurt the team in the long run.
And
But the
let's double
cat
down
Brock,
on that too, Ike, at the quarterback position as well. Not just any other position, the
yeah, the
quarterback.
quarterback. Yeah, but when you got a Kyle Shanahan, and I think Kyle understood what it was when he was with Atlanta, when they was up against the New England Patriots, and instead of running, I think it's still in his mind when he was the OC. I think it's still in his mind when they lost that Super Bowl against the Patriots, when all they had to do was run the damn clock out because all you get is three timeouts. You come out with that W. From that point on, I personally think Coach Shanahan was like, if I do get a head coaching job, I'm gonna build this team. I'm gonna build this team exactly how my dad built his team. We're gonna run the damn ball, have good tight ends, Shannon Sharps, Kittles, TD, McCaffrey, and a good O-line and a quarterback who is manageable, who can move around a little bit with a hell of a defense. So I think Kyle was going into the wave as let's go points, let's go points, let's go points, let's go points, let's pass the ball. And then he just had to reflect back like, how the heck my dad won Super Bowls? Running a down ball, playing good defense. And guys who are violent, whether you're on the offense or defensive side. When you see Brandon Ayuk blocking down the field, we already know what Deebo Samuel is bringing to the table. You already know what Kittle's bringing to the table. It's an attitude. It's the attitude. Then when you see Fred Warner coming and shooting the gaps and looking like a heat-seeking missile, it's an attitude. You get the defensive player of the year. It's an attitude. And both, it's an attitude. So you draft attitude. You want guys to be violent. You only get them kind of guys when you got a GM who played that way. So for Kyle, my personal opinion, Mark, for Kyle to reflect back and be like, I'm going back with what my dad had been showing me the blueprint. I just went away from it. And I'm going back to the blueprint. And I think it's still stuck in his head. This is how we're going to win the Super Bowl, by being very violent, getting guys who are super aggressive, whether they're on the offensive side or defensive side. And we're going to run the ball and play good defense.
Attitude is the word I key in on there, Ike, because how many other receivers as well is the highlight play, not a circus catch, not 100 yards of production, but the downfield blocking. That's the highlight standout play. And Brandon Ayuk caught all 8 passes thrown his way as well, but it was the downfield block on McCaffrey's long touchdown run to open the second half in week 1 that really put that game away against the Steelers.